What is up, A team? Welcome back. Awesome here. Hope everyone's having an awesome day or not, depending on where you're at, but I hope it is awesome. And man, oh man, what a crazy start to 2024. As you guys know, Bitcoin has been going crazy. The whole charts across the board have been in the green. We're starting to have a little bit of a peel back now, coming back down slightly, but the markets are looking fairly good coming into 2024. I was actually sort of shocked. Wasn't anticipating it to go so quickly, which brings me into my next discussion here is that are the ETFs actually on the verge of being approved? As you guys know, they were denied before, and now we're sort of on the cusp. With the market going the way it is, it makes you want to say, yeah, maybe they are going to get approved. And some reports have come out. Even CNBC has released a report earlier, or I guess it was back in December, talking about these ETFs being approved in January. So I guess that's going to be the hot topic now because I think the ETFs will rule sort of what happens going forward with cryptocurrency. But with all that, I just want to say what's up to everyone here. We got MK in the house here. Ghost, what's up, man? Kai, good to see Kai back. Tim Shea, what's up, buddy? Ghost, Tim, yeah, New Year's going good, man. XXI, good to see XXI in here. Jason D, what's up, man? Long time. I know it's been a long time. Good to be back. R Lake, what's up, buddy? Nemo, MK. Code Core. Good to see Code Core in the house here. If I miss any of you guys here, sorry, dude. Just scrolling through real quickly here before we jump into it. Anti-Rock, what's up, buddy? Good to see you. Long time no see, man. Waddy's in the house here. Good to see Waddy. Davied. Davy's in the house. No giveaways today. They'd all go to Davy. Lazy Jedi, Jason D. No, I love it, man. Yeah, so really what I want to talk about was sort of how the markets have been these last this last couple of days. Let me get back to this one right here. Bitcoin going up. I honestly, before our stream yesterday, I put this out on Twitter. I bought a pretty good amount of Bitcoin, and it was mostly just for I was like, hey, if it goes up for a couple $100, I'm probably just going to sell out. When I started thinking like, I don't know if I should hold it or not, so I put out a poll there. Make sure you guys give it a vote. Maybe I'll add it to the A team portfolio. Or maybe I'll just sell it. It's like I think I made a total of like $800 so far, which isn't crazy. It's not like, oh, this is a crazy amount of money. It's good money. I'm happy for it, but I'm just debating because if I put it into the portfolio, I'm holding it for all of 2024. That's the agreement I made with myself, and I'm going to make with the A team here that if I add anything to my portfolio, the A team portfolio, I'm going to keep it there throughout the whole year. And so right now you guys can see my portfolio, the 18 portfolio is up only $124, but I bought $1,000 worth of every single one of these cryptos here. It's just basically the top 10 cryptos. And I could add my Bitcoin to this as well, which would make it a total of $20,000 and some odd change based off that. But I'm put that out there for everyone to look at. Take the poll. We'll do it at the end of the stream here. But yeah, exciting to do this. I was debating on doing this last year, was to jump in and create a portfolio for the A team, but I just never got around to doing it. So I just thought it would be something fun this year to do, just to track. And like I said, I have no desire to sell it. It's mostly just putting it in there and we'll see what happens. That's sort of the whole goal here. Add my name on the portfolio. Doing these eating videos instead of crypto videos. I actually lost some weight, dude. I don't know if I've gained a ton of weight. I've stayed pretty status quo, I think. Good day for crypto. Heck yeah, Taco of you. Good day for crypto. So here we go. We're going to talk about here. So as you guys know, last night was pretty crazy. I mean, we're right there at almost 46,000 at a Bitcoin. It obviously hit a wall, came back down, and it's come back down to about 45,061. It's dipped a little bit below 45,000 earlier this morning, but it's still staying pretty strong at 45. We'll see if we can build a nice little floor there. But you can see right here that 73 million in shorts were liquidated just last night, which is sort of crazy to think. And what's even crazier about this is that we're on the verge of the ETF approval. We don't know if it's going to get approved. I want to make sure that's clear. Everyone's saying it's going to get approved. It most likely will get approved, but it could get denied. There's a high chance of the SEC and everyone denying this as well. So You got to be aware of that. And that's what I want to talk about here is that what's going to happen if it gets approved and what's sort of going to happen if it gets denied. And I think a lot of us could probably agree if it gets denied, it's probably not going to be the greatest for it, but I don't think there's going to be a massive fallout based off the history of it being denied before. And so, yeah, I think right now, I mean, the liquidations, I was trying to actually long the market yesterday. That was my whole goal. But MEXC, I can't trade, I can't use MEXC anymore in Washington. They pretty much KuCoin and MEXC are no longer allowed to be used. I'm not going to go use a VPN. So kind of sucked. So, but yeah, what's up, GS? What's up, Timsky? Good to see Timsky in the house here. Can I see that portfolio somewhere? Yeah, I don't know if I can actually I don't know how everyone else can see it or not. I mean, I guess I don't know how you can share it. But yeah, this is the I'll be sharing this every day on the channel here, going through the portfolio. Obviously Bitcoin, Solana, Avalanche, Ethereum, Cardano, Dogecoin, XRP, Polygon, Polkadot, and BNB. And these are just the top cryptos right now in the market, top 10 out there. I mean, outside of the stable coins. So yeah, I just decided I'd put 1,000 in each of them and see what happens throughout the year. But then yesterday I put 10,000 in Bitcoin, and I think my average price was, I can't remember exactly what it was. I think I got in at like 42 something yesterday. I can't remember exactly what it was, but it was a pretty good buy. It was like right before the pump of Bitcoin, which was pretty ironic. It was pretty crazy. I was not anticipating it to pump like that. I knew that it was going to go up. I felt that Bitcoin's going to go up, being that we're on the verge of these ETFs and or the decision of the ETF, but I didn't think it was going to go as fast as it did. What's up, Xander? How you doing, dude? Yeah, 48K if it breaks, 52, and if ETF gets denied, short BTC. Yeah, you're gonna have to definitely short it. There's a lot riding on its approval. Oh, definitely. I think it's probably one of the bigger stories of coming here into 2024 is the approval of this ETF here. And I think that's what I really want to focus on here is sort of what's happening here. And it says this was put back in December, and this is coming from CNBC here. And I think this is important to talk about because basically what it's saying here is that there is a chance for it to get denied as well. I just want everyone to be clear that, like, yeah, everyone's talking about approvals and the excitement of approvals, and I don't mean to be sort of the bear in the room here, but there is a chance for it to be denied still. As we await it, we'll sort of see what happens here. The cool thing about ETFs, though, that I like is that anyone that moves forward buying an ETF is buying it at market price. It's not like they're getting airdrop tokens or anything like that. So if the market price is 44,000 or 45,000, anyone coming in inside of a fund coming in to buy it is buying it at market price. And that's the most that's the most positive thing about it is that they're buying it at market value. It's not like they're getting free drops or buying it on wholesale pricing and things like that, or getting in at certain prices. So I know a lot of people are out there saying, well, BlackRock and them don't want to enter this at this pricing, but they control it, right? So the more you buy, it doesn't matter. I mean, if you buy it at 44,000 and you got hundreds of millions of dollars coming into Bitcoin, it's only going to increase the price from that 44. So I don't know necessarily that they want to decrease the price of Bitcoin, because then no one's going to want to buy the Bitcoin. That's the one thing too, is you got to think from a customer standpoint. If Bitcoin's falling out, the chances of them putting their money into the fund to buy the Bitcoin, it becomes less. People are not going to trust it if it keeps falling out like that. So I think that, like, a lot of people's reasoning is like, well, BlackRock and them are going to want to tank the price. I just don't think that that's the case, because it will discredit Bitcoin and what they're actually trying to do with Bitcoin. And again, that's maybe my own take on it. Everyone has their own theories, I guess, as to what's going to go on. But yeah, it's pretty crazy. We're thinking. Yeah, and I mean, the ETFs, when you talk about trillions of dollars, I mean, we're talking Fidelity, BlackRock, all these large corporations out here, these large institutions. I mean, we're talking trillions of dollars in what actually their company has and what their portfolios, what they have in their portfolios. So now imagine if those trillions of dollars, or I wouldn't say all trillions, but I mean, there's definitely going to be a large amount of money flowing back into Bitcoin, based off the ETFs, for sure. Like, there's no question about it. And it says right here, in early December, the digital currency topped 44,000, and right now we're actually just top 45. And they were coming back saying that this is fueled due to the ETF stuff. And you have big companies. I mean, we're talking BlackRock, WisdomTree, Valkyrie, that are looking for the green light from the SEC. And I honestly believe that those come through, dude, like it's on like Donkey Kong. That's why I'm like, hey, you know what? I'm just gonna buy in. We'll see what happens, and we'll see what goes on. There was a report that came out from Reuters today, and I don't really know if I trust them as like a legitimate source of my media, but then you have other people coming out here talking about this as well. That here in January 10th potentially, and even when you type into Google, when could the ETFs be approved? January 10th sort of seems to be the main number, or I guess you could say the date, as to when this could come through. I mean, it could come through sooner than that. Maybe there'll be a decision made today or tomorrow. I don't know, but they're saying January 10th. There should by January 10th there could be a decision, or for the launch of it tomorrow or the next day there could be a decision, and then January 10th go into the launch of it. So I mean, who knows? All I know is that I'm not going to short Bitcoin with this on the brink of coming out. I mean, this is a huge development for Bitcoin, and it's a huge development for all crypto. I mean, Ethereum's next. Ethereum is the next one that is on everyone's radar for an ETF. And I mean, if Ethereum gets approved, just imagine what that will do for all Ethereum-based tokens. I mean, because if Ethereum goes up in price and people can do that, I mean, that means that all the meme coins and everything else out there are going to go up in price too. So, it's going to be pretty crazy to sort of see what happens here as the year goes on. I have some theories. If it tanks, they won't sell shares. I think ETFs will soften the pre-halving dip, and it very well might, Tim. See, I mean, um, I think the optimism is going to grow, and when you're not going to want to invest in an ETF. Like, let's just say, as a consumer, if you're a consumer and you're out there and you're putting your money into a retirement, you don't want to put it into a high risk asset, and so I feel like that's where BlackRock and Valkyrie and Fidelity and all these other companies that are out there that are going to be going into these ETFs, they don't want this to be volatile. They don't want this to scare away investors because they know that there's a lot of money to be made within Bitcoin, within crypto in general. And so, again, they're going to want to push their customers towards Bitcoin, not shy away from it. And so, again, if you're having it to where these massive dips happen or where the fallout of the market happens, like that's not good for business and not good for them even managing your portfolio. And we're not talking just consumers. We're not talking like retail investors. We're talking institutions. We're talking giant, companies, Fortune 500 companies that are going to be able to put money in through the ETF side for maybe their employees or whatever it might be. I mean, this opens up the door, almost the floodgates, to a lot of people being able to legally come in and put institutional money into Bitcoin. Be the first time ever. And so it's pretty wild when we start to think about it, that here in the next couple of days there could be a decision made. I hope that the decision's positive, but there could be a downside to this as well, which I want to sort of talk about this. And what is the rise or the fall of the ETF ruling? And I think that there is a massive ride. There could be a massive potential rise to Bitcoin. Some people were saying obviously it could go into the 100,000 range. Some people were saying it could go into 500,000 range. Honestly, like I don't know. I mean, that seems a little bit extreme for me. Shoot, right out the gate with the halving. But hey, you never know. Crypto surprised a lot of people. I mean, you even got Jim Cramer out here saying that Bitcoin is here to stay. I mean, not that he has like a big voice in here, but I mean, a guy who obviously has been a bear on crypto, been a bear on Bitcoin, is coming out basically saying, yeah, everything I said about it's wrong. There's no way we're getting rid of Bitcoin. And it's true. We're not going to ever get rid of Bitcoin. It's decentralized enough to where we have no idea who's created it. We have no idea. It's basically unhackable. And it's an easy way to transfer money that, again, you don't have to know who owns it or where it's at. So, I mean, it's a really nice asset to own. 10th is the deadline for approval. Launch could be any time. Yeah, they're saying that, I mean, based off the reporting that came through right there, where'd it go here? I'm going to close one of those. Based off the reporting that came through in this article, it said in December 29th, they hinted at a possibility the U.S. regulators might clear some spot Bitcoin ETFs either today or tomorrow. And this came out today. So they're saying either today or tomorrow, they'll be releasing the ruling on some of the Bitcoin ETF applications, paving the way for the ETF launch on January 10th. And it says the authenticity of the report and likelihood of the green light being imminent remains uncertain. And that's the thing, is it's coming from Reuters, which again, like I don't know if that's really a valid. I don't know if that's like where you want to get your intel from. But again, I mean, it's something out here. Is it for clicks? I don't know. but there is massive optimism behind it for sure, like without question. And so right here it says, history offers a glimpse into how expectations surrounding ETFs had affected Bitcoin. And again, I've always said history is the way to go, right? Looking at history within Bitcoin or the potential and all that kind of stuff is like the key thing when it comes to just trading in cryptocurrency. And I do think that history will, repeat itself, right? If they deny it, it's going to repeat itself. If they approve it, this will be the first time. So we'll obviously see a glimpse into what that happens. ETFs will be rejected and people will get wrecked when the drops comes. And hey, man, like that's the risk you take, right, Darth? I mean, I would agree that there's probably going to be a massive drop if something if they don't get it approved. Could be sell the news event, then gradually do a 9,000%. Very true, very true. Good afternoon. What's up, Frank? How you doing, dude? And so like right here, it says in 2017, the price of Bitcoin surged over 1,400, driven in part to the anticipation of the first Bitcoin ETF. So you got to think back in 2017, Bitcoin was trying to get approved as an ETF back then. I mean, we're talking what, 7 years ago that this was trying to be approved. And it says this was up from the lows in the 600 range. So basically, it almost doubled in price, went up 100% in price based off of the anticipation in 2017 that this would happen. And it said, however, the SEC rejected the proposal, causing a sharp decline to the price. Within days, the price was trading back at 1,000. So it went down $400, which really, I mean, in all reality, it's not that bad. But back then, I mean, if you're buying the top out there, a $400 decrease in Bitcoin would suck. It said, ultimately, however, the Bitcoin futures would bring new attention in 2017. The market surged above $20,000 that year. So, I mean, just imagine that went up almost almost a 20x just right there in that 1 year. And so again, it got denied, went down. It only went down about, let's see, 612. I mean, maybe it went down like 40% decline, which is pretty significant back then. I mean, a 40% decline is pretty intense. I don't know if Bitcoin today, if it got denied, would drop 40%, like drop back down to, 25,000, maybe. I mean, I guess that's not far fetched. It says, elsewhere, we can fast forward to 2021. Bitcoin once again rallied to the all-time highs, reaching 60,000. And this was mostly fueled because of potential ETFs in Canada and Europe. These ETFs allowed investors to gain exposure to Bitcoin without holding the cryptocurrency directly. The anticipation of a similar product in the U.S. contributed to the bullish sentiment. However, like obviously we know that the ETFs got denied once again. And so that was fake news. And it said right here, on the flip side, their arguments suggest that the approval of Bitcoin ETFs could lead to a price correction. And we're talking a pretty sharp price correction. And that's where we're talking about a 40% decrease. Again, I don't know if it's actually going to decrease by 40% based off of history. I mean, if it does, that's a pretty steep correction. Like I said, a lot of people are thinking that the fall of it could be pretty significant if the ETFs don't get approved, because last time we went through this was in 2021. Here we are in 2024. So it seems like every 3 to 4 years we go through a cycle of trying to get these ETFs approved. And so I guess when you're looking back at it, the ETFs could actually, I mean, a denial of the ETF could push us down 3 more years of a stagnant Bitcoin. But again, it rallied big time when it got denied before. It went from 1,000 up to 20,000. So I think the halving will help too. I think that's another big factor, is the halving's going to help. So we'll have to sort of see how that plays out. But sometimes the mini fan videos pop up on my feed. That's awesome. I see some new faces. Yeah, I do too, man. I do too. Maybe they changed portfolios. Maybe they changed like their thumbnails. That guy, what's up, dude? Thank you so much for the $2. Hey, boo. Hope you're feeling better, bro. It's good to see you, man. The $2 bandit in the house. I love it though. Appreciate the $2 donation, man. And hope you're doing well. I know you texted me or you hit me up yesterday. It was cracking me up. So appreciate that. That's great. That guy. If I missed any of your comments, sorry guys. Austin, I missed you. 18 strong. Appreciate you making true money. Thank you so much for the $2 donation as well. You guys are amazing for the super chats. Yeah, it's good to be back. Like I said, sort of get back into the stream of or into the swing of things. It's been sort of a long time coming. It's nice. It was nice to take a little bit of a break, but I did miss all you guys. I did miss getting on here and just shooting the crap with everyone and talking crypto, talking Bitcoin, talking everything. And like I said, it's excited to be back here and see you all. It's been nice. Yesterday was sort of a reprieve. It was like, wow, I feel good, dude. So now it's got to get into the swing of things and everything like that. I'm just admiring the new beard. Yeah, it's getting good, man. I'm sort of digging it too. It's it's getting longer. I had to trim it a little bit. So I missed the beginning of the stream. How you decided to come back to the space? I just needed some time off Darth. That's all it was. I just needed to get my mind right. Had to uh, just needed to step away for a little bit. And so I put out a video. If you go to the channel, I put out a video, coming back. It's a short video. It's like a 2-minute video, just giving a little insight to why I left. So you should check it out. It give you a better idea of sort of why I did. I did. I did, fan. Get some subs. Yeah, will you be doing both streams, Austin? You talking about like streaming on my other channel? Is that what you're talking about, Jason? How did you all do in the bear market last 2 years? I lost 25%. Been hard to stay alive. Yeah, I'm down, obviously holding on to Bitcoin because you are not holding, well, Bitcoin too, but Ethereum was a large portion of my bag. And what's crazy is when I started to really accumulate a lot of my Bitcoin, I think my average cost of Ethereum, I went back and looked at my average cost and went over it. My average cost on Ethereum is where did that go? My average cost on Ethereum is $1,800. That's my average cost across the board. So between buying it at $1,000, $1,200, getting it at $3,500, I think it's all averaged out to about $1,800 for Ethereum. So, I mean, you can look at it and say, well, that's not that great of a price, but you know, I think on all that's including like any marketing I did, and someone sent me ETH, like so whatever the pricing was at that time when they sent that over, that played factor into here as well. So yeah, I like this new vibe. I want to learn Bitcoin and everything is going to offer in the future. Yeah, I think Bitcoin. I mean, for myself, there's other cryptos out there that I like. I really like all the blockchains that are up and coming, or the ones that are out here. Obviously, the top 10 cryptos I think are going to be decent. I'm going to look to add some more to it as well. Um, but I think Bitcoin for me is, I mean, if it really gets up to 500,000, you can make some really good money off Bitcoin. The most secure asset in the world in terms of crypto means that you can wake up and it's going to be there tomorrow. And I mean, even if you buy today, you put, like I said, I'll just use simple math here. Not saying that you have to go do this, but if you put $10,000 in and it goes up to 500,000 from right where it's at today. I mean, you just turn 10,000 into 100,000. I mean, that's pretty good pricing. And again, this is what they're projecting. Some people are saying it could get up to 500,000. Some people are saying it could get to 1 million. I mean, I don't know if Bitcoin could get to 1 million. I mean, maybe down the road, maybe in 10 years, I could see maybe that potentially happening with another couple halvings. But what's even crazier about it is to even think that no one thought that it would go from $1 to 60,000. So I mean, the possibility of Bitcoin going from 45,000 to 1 million, I guess it's not off the table because they've doubted it before. So Austin, you should definitely add more Solana and AVAX. You used to kill me about them. I did. Making true money, I did. I killed everyone about the whole Solana thing. It's good to see that Solana has made a few adjustments. Like honestly, they made the adjustments, and like I said, those are the adjustments that are needed for these blockchains. They've taken basically what happened is you saw with Ethereum and BNB, and the reason why Ethereum and BNB surged in price. We talked about this yesterday. Was the reason why they surged in price was because of the projects and the liquidity coming to those platforms. So when you think about it, every time that a project launches, whether it's a shit coin or not, meme coin or not, they come and they put money into the project. And then people are obviously putting their own money into those projects that are on those blockchains, which is providing liquidity, which then again raises Ethereum because people are buying more Ethereum or buying BNB. And so now you're starting to see that these other blockchains like Solana, and Solana tried to do this before, but their network was always slow, was having issues, and they've seemed to correct some of these. And same with Avalanche. And you're starting to see Cardano come around to where they're sort of launching some of these meme coins as well. And that's where meme coins are holding value on these blockchains. Again, whether you want to invest in the meme coins or not, that's up to you. But the meme coins are generating the liquidity to these blockchains. That's why when you see Solana rising, you see Ethereum falling. You got people that are leaving Ethereum going over to Solana to catch the Solana hype. And then vice versa, Solana will fall, liquidity leaving the blockchain going to Ethereum. I mean, it's pretty obvious to see. And there's nothing against that. Like, I mean, people are going to do their thing. And that's where I just said, you know what, dude, it's just what you got to do is you got to diversify that and just own those blockchains, because money is going to flow in and flow out of these things. And as long as you're owning the macro side of it, so, on the macro scale of it all, like, that's what's most important to me. I'd rather own the macro scale than own the micros of all the meme coins that, potentially could rug on you and things like that, and you lose money. Then I would rather just hold the macro scale of it and support that pricing that way. That's really how I'm looking at it moving forward. And again, maybe it's a different view than what most are doing, but that's just my overall view of like my direction in investing. Um, but yeah, I'll definitely add to Solana and Avalanche throughout the year, and I'll allow the A team to vote on it. I'm going to add money and sort of help. Again, this is the A team portfolio here, as I showed here. I want to put out proposals to you guys, and you guys help me invest. And if you choose to invest with me for yourselves, like, go for it. You know what I mean? Like, this is really just for fun. And I just want to see in how much we can make in 2024. Buying this throughout 2024. So buying it early on and sort of seeing how it drives through the market here. I think 250 to 2K. Okay. Mass adoption. I set the path to $1 million. Dude, what if a $1 million Bitcoin happens? That's going to be, not only are the people that bought it at such low prices, it's going to be insane for them, but even people that bought it at the price right now, that's an insane amount of pricing. To even think that, like, to think that if it hit $1 million per Bitcoin and you bought it at 40,000, that's filthy. You know what I mean? And some of us, I don't know about a lot of us, but some of us were buying it at 20K, 17K, 25K, 30K, all the way up to 45K. And it's hard sometimes, like I was saying yesterday in my tweet, it's hard sometimes because you get this FOMO bug, dude. Just like this FOMO of like, you're like, crap, dude, I got to buy more. I should have bought more back then. And so you get this like FOMO of like wanting to put in, and it's so hard not to DCA up. Michael Saylor is like the king at DCAing up in Bitcoin. Everyone sort of clowns Michael Saylor because he'll buy at like the tops of Bitcoin. You know what I mean? And he's a perfect example of someone who DCAs up on pricing versus DCAing down. I'm sure he probably does do some DCAing on the way down, but majority of the tabloids that hit for Michael Saylor is him buying at 44,000 or 45,000, and we just had him buy some at 43,000 a couple days ago, over a couple $100 million in Bitcoin, which is just insane to me. So what would you prefer percentage be then between a macro and a micro? I don't know if it's necessarily a percentage. Like, I think it's mostly, when I say macro, like, I guess I'm looking at it like just the Solana blockchain as a whole. Like, if you start to buy all the shit coins inside Solana, you're buying at the micro level. You know what I mean? You're going in and you're providing the liquidity to that macro level of Solana. And I think I just want to stay at the macro level. Like, I just want to support the chains. If you guys, want to jump into projects and do that kind of stuff, like, I support it. Like, do your meme coin gambling, do your meme coin stuff. I hope those projects do well, but I'm just going to support it at the higher levels. So if you guys, like some of these Ethereum tokens and things like that, I support you. Like, go for them. I'll support it from just owning Ethereum. Like, that's I guess what I'm trying to get at here. Just to give your word that you will stream every day for 2024. See, what sucks is one of my goals for 2022 was to stream every single day. And I ended up getting sick, right? I ended up getting, with the pandemic coming to an end, I ended up sick. And then I couldn't stream for, what is it? Like, I think it was like a couple days. But then my channel got taken away in 2022. So I tried to restream and do all these things. So it sort of sucks. I was so close. It was in August going into September when all that happened. And I was so close to hitting my New Year's resolution for that year. And then 2023 came, and it was pretty much derailed at that point. And like I said, I sort of lost focus, lost my intention of the channel, lost my whole reasons on why I was here in the first place and why I started doing crypto. And I just had to, step back and take some time off to really just reevaluate where I was at and what I wanted to do moving forward. And so I just appreciate all the A team still being here, even with me taking as much time off as I did. And you guys are still showing up here. And I just, like I said, from the bottom of my heart, like, I appreciate the hell out of it for all the support still. Like, it's amazing. So, and I just appreciate everyone's patience with me. DCA is whenever up or down. Yeah. But, you want to try to avoid dollar cost averaging up, sometimes it's inevitable. I mean, that's what I was saying, like with Michael Saylor. I mean, he was buying it back at 43. So I mean, today his investment looks good, right? He bought over $100 million worth of Bitcoin at 40. I think it was like 41,000 or something like that. This was Michael Saylor's increase right here. So he's buying at like 40,000. People dogged him for it or whenever he bought it, and now he's looking pretty good, right? Especially when you're putting $100 million into your Bitcoin trading, which is phenomenal. I mean, $100 million, and it goes up, almost, what is that, $6,000, $7,000 from when he bought it. I mean, that's filthy. You know what I mean? That's a filthy return. If BTC hits 1 million, every crypto you are in will make you rich. Oh, 100%, Andrew. Like, that's the thing, is that if Bitcoin's hitting 1 million, all these top tier cryptos, Solana, Ethereum, BNB, all these other cryptos that are out there are going to obviously follow the market. The only unfortunate thing here is, and I wanted to put this out here today, is that usually Bitcoin follows the S&P 500. I mean, it's very common. I mean, we've seen this already before. I talked about it yesterday as well. And we can compare charts, but the S&P 500, when it's down, obviously Bitcoin comes down, and you can see today that's probably why Bitcoin has come down just slightly, is because the markets are coming out and people are a little bit bearish today than days past. I mean, even Apple has slid down. I mean, Barclays downgraded them and they slid 3%, which is huge which is actually pretty damn big for Apple. Even I think Coinbase is down as well. It was down earlier. Yeah, Coinbase is down $10 today. This is a crazy decline. I mean, we're talking 6%, almost 6% of a decline. So there's just some bearish news in the markets here. But this is, Coinbase has been on a massive rally over the last 6 months to a year. I mean, look at this, guys. Just in the last 2 months, this thing has increased, I mean, over $100. I mean, that's a nasty, crazy gain, dude. Like, I love it, dude. Like, I love that kind of stuff. Same with Riot and Mara. These are two stocks that I've invested in. You guys know that. I've talked about it multiple times on this channel. Today, it's actually in the green. It was a little bit in the red. But you can see these have been great investments for myself as well. You're coming down here buying these things. We bought these things at like $4, $5. I didn't put like a ton of money into them, but they're still, I mean, they're sitting at 16 today. Mara is another one. These are Bitcoin mining companies, and I think that these will continue. These large companies like Riot and Mara will probably continue to do well. An ETF approval will spike these stocks for sure, because they're one of the largest Bitcoin mining companies in the United. I think they're out of the United States, and that's where money's going to be made, is these companies in the U.S. that are mining Bitcoin. The small companies that are doing Bitcoin aren't going to go very far because of how it's going to get a lot harder and it's going to get a lot more expensive to mine Bitcoin. So companies like Riot and Mara and those kind of things, those are the ones that are going to actually prosper during all this as well. So again, things just to look into. Austin, ASMR fan, did you guys jump into some of the meme coins in Solana? No, I did not. I did not do any of that. I did see you can make a public watch list, Austin. Maybe you can do that then we can see the coin. Okay, I'll see if I can make it public. I don't know how to do that. I'll have to go back and mess around. I don't think Austin was going to come back. Yeah, I was going to come back. I had to get over what there is a thing out there. If you actually look at this, so people that do YouTube for a long time, what happens is you start to lose steam. Like, so you basically, as soon as you stop, there's like I don't know the word for it, but when you stop doing something, it's hard to get back into the routine of something, right? It's like when you're working out. You work out, you're pumping weights for 4 months, and then all of a sudden you stop for like 2 weeks to go on vacation. It's hard to get back into the swing of things of where you were 4 months ago. Same thing with YouTube, is that if you stop filming or you take a break, you'll just keep extending that break, extending. And that's sort of what happened to me, is that I sort of was just extending, trying to just, like I said, get my mind right. I'm not gonna lie. I struggled with just everything going on. I put myself in those positions. So glad you're back, bro. Your channel brought me to Rodney and Jake's channel. Okay, no, that's awesome, dude. I love it. When you have that kind of money, you need to park your money somewhere. I know. If I'm behind on the chat, sorry guys. Still getting used to getting back to reading the chats. Even if ETFs get approved, yeah. Tell me it, Darth. What's up, bud? Austin, only meme is Doge. I feel. The reason why I like Doge, I mean, obviously it's actually a pretty good, I mean, Elon said it best. It's an easy payment gateway in all reality. And it's not expensive to do. It's not expensive to use. all that stuff. And so that there's a positivity behind that. So you have Elon who probably still holds the floor on it. Not saying that Elon's the only utility, but then it is a mineable crypto. I mean, people are making a lot of money off Dogecoin, um, just in general just because of it being mineable. People are making passive income, and it's not expensive to run the Dogecoin miner. So that's pretty cool too. Imagine if BlackRock buys offline to not spike the price and after sell normal to crash the price so they can buy. But that's the thing is though is that the ETFs aren't necessarily this is custom. Like when you have an ETF, it's like usually it's like like think about it like a consumer coming in and buying the market. So you have these funds where people are going to put their money into the funds for retirement or whatever it might be. And so I don't know if BlackRock's really worried about um about whether the price is 44,000 or 34,000 for their customers, because really if their customers are buying it at 44,000, they want to basically increase that price for their customers. So I don't think it really matters to them. I mean, they have to come in and buy it at market value, but it's not really BlackRock's money. It's actually consumers' money, or people, companies that they're working with. It's their money. It's not necessarily BlackRock's money that's buying it. It's their investors. So, maybe to some extent, there's probably going to be some manipulation. But the nice thing is that a lot of this has to be bought at market value. Like, that's the whole goal. I mean, there will be a spike. I mean, there will be trillions of dollars probably coming into Bitcoin, which is going to just massively increase the price. I mean, right now I think Bitcoin is what? Let's go look at Bitcoin. I think they hold like maybe 500 million. No, more than that, maybe. What is their? Let me go back to their market value here. Yeah, they're sitting at 88. They're sitting at 880. So basically almost a 900 billion market cap. So they're almost to a trillion. Now imagine if you have like over, a couple trillion coming back in just for Bitcoin, a couple $1 trillion just in Bitcoin. So I mean, imagine if the market this market cap could go from almost a trillion to 3 or 4 trillion. Who knows? You know what I mean? Because of that money coming in. BlackRock. I think BlackRock just alone, I think they manage over what is it, 12 to 15 trillion. I don't know exactly what it was. BlackRock controls how. Yeah. The 10 trillion. So 9.42 trillion as of June 30th of 2023. They basically manage $9.42 trillion. Like that's a lot, dude. That's a lot of freaking money. And just imagine if some of that money goes in, that money gets moved around and goes into a Bitcoin. I mean, that's filthy. Tim Shea with the 10 gifted 10. Oh shit, you gifted 10. Dang, Tim. Dude, you're amazing, man. I gotta see who they are. I always have to. Yeah, no, thanks so much for the 10 gifted memberships, Tim. Dude, Tim's giving me back up to my Tim's giving me back up to my he wants to see me back to the 300 there. Dude, you're awesome, man. So you gifted it to you got it to Wadi, Shaman, Darth, In for the Gains, GS, Timsky, Kai, XN, what is that? X next 3 level, Hoodie, and Humid. Dude, congrats and welcome to the A team. Dude, that's fantastic. Thank you so much, Tim. Honestly, you are an amazing man. You were truly the mayor of crypto. Yeah, that's awesome. Those gains in the bull run will help anyone's mind and create happiness. And that's what happens. See, we've gone through this bear market, right? And I think the bear market plays factor into everyone's, I guess you could say their own mental status, right? I mean, the bear market sucks. It's rough to get through. Honestly, it could kick your butt a little bit. And it will be nice when the bull comes, because I think people will have a lot more. They'll just be happier about things. It won't be as strenuous, I guess you could say. Yeah, no, those 10 gifts are awesome. You get a muff, and you get a muff, and you get a muff. They'll eventually do it, Austin, but they're companies, so yeah. I get what you're saying. There will be some manipulation. I mean, dude, we can't sit here and say with a straight face that there won't be any manipulation of the market. Dude, like that's just, I mean, there's manipulation of the cryptocurrency markets and of just the regular stock market. You have big players out there that are making huge swings that we obviously we're not privy to. But yeah, that's awesome. The Muff token is the only meme Austin supports. Imagine if that money goes to the wrong BTC address. Oh gosh, that would suck. Benji, what's up, man? Welcome back. Big shout out to big fan. Yeah, no, what's up? What's up, Benji? Good to see you, dude. El Salvador took the BTC. Yeah, and it paid off, man. Talk about risk, right? Risk and reward, right there. And they've done well. So kudos to El Salvador for being able to do that. Um, yeah, that's awesome. What's up, Crispus? How you doing, dude? Turbo Jackson, what's up, man? I'm expecting a crash since Kathy Wood sold off. I don't know if she's gonna control the market as much as you'd think, but maybe. I mean, maybe she will. I don't know. I don't know, man. So I know a lot of people think she would. Yeah, we're back on a little bit of the rise here. This is actually getting pretty nice here. I think I'm gonna go to from the 1 hour to the let's go to the 15-minute mark here. Yeah, we're starting to see a little bit of a nice little comeback here. Why would anyone ever manipulate the market? Yeah, right. Why would they do such a thing? Gosh, so messed up. Sometimes you got to take a risk. Well, I mean, I think we've said it a lot. Oh crap, I think we've said it a lot before. Is that I mean, without risk, without reward, without risk, there's no reward, and sometimes you just got to do it. You still holding MMAI. Yes, yes, Alan. I still hold MMAI for sure. And the outlook is, I think like any other project, Alan, I think that you just got to deliver a product. You know what I mean? Deliver the product and see what happens. And so I think that's where they're at for sure. And I still keep in contact with them. So there were some predictions last year calling for a 13 trillion total crypto. I know that's actually insane. But I mean, you got to think if you start to go down and look at, we could actually, let's pull these up here. We could see, so BlackRock does a trillion, right? I think Valkyrie. Oops, I spelled it wrong. I think Valkyrie. Was how much money? I think they control. Uh, I don't know exactly how much they control. Oh, 700 million. Well, that's not it. I'd have to look, but you have to go back and look at these. I don't know exactly how much Fidelity controls. Fidelity 26 billion. Yeah, so you'd have to go back and look at these. I don't know the numbers. I probably have to. Maybe that's what I'll do today. I'm going to look at how many of those actually, how much money they actually control, and it's going to be trillions, trillions and trillions of dollars between different, multiple companies. So, uh, what's up, man? What's up, DJ? What's up? It's been a minute. You still getting money off cryptos? I piece out crypto completely. The futures game is where it's at. uh, yeah, I still have my money in crypto. Even when I went away, even when I stopped streaming and stopped talking for, we're being just out here, I still had money in the markets. Even though Bitcoin expected to, but it's good to see you, DJ. Good to see you. Happy, welcome back. Even though Bitcoin is expected to get up and think ETH has more of a chance to rise a percentage, ETH to 10,000 would be easier than Bitcoin to 500,000. Well, the good thing is that it's not just Bitcoin that's trying to go through these ETF approvals. I mean, Ethereum's there too. I don't know when that's going to happen, but I do think that they're still waiting for the SEC to probably come out and classify it as a commodity. I mean, they basically already said Bitcoin's the only commodity, but doesn't mean that the Ethereum ETFs aren't on the rise either. BlackRock BlackRock and Goldman Sachs issue, what does it say? So huge 2024. Yeah. So, I mean, there's a chance for some of these other players. I mean, like XRP could very well, be a part of an ETF too. So, um, yeah, it's pretty wild when we start to really peel this back. Expects punches. So Goldman Sachs crypto head expects pension fund investors to surge with Bitcoin and Ethereum ETF. So there, you have Goldman Sachs out here who's thinking that Ethereum could also play factor into this as well. So we know that there's an Ethereum ETF out there. Whether it gets approved or not, I don't know. But it says spot crypto ETFs will create an institutional product that can be traded by institutions that don't need to touch the base asset. And that's the key. That's the most important thing here. That's why stocks are key, because they don't actually hold the asset. It's What's up, 18? What's up, Danny? How you doing, dude? Great to see you back. Now, glad to be back, man. All the numbers rely on today's dollar value with weak dollar BTC will be too high to predict accurately. Yeah, people are just throwing darts at a wall, hoping that they stick, right? 10x on Solana, 1,000 pounds. That's a good ask, yeah, dude. Leon, that's Solana's done a 10x, man. I mean, it went from what is it? It went down to like it was at like $10, and it's all the way up to like $100. I mean, Solana's ripped it this year, dude. What's up, Marty? Good to see Marty in the house here. Dimes in the house here. Who got that, Mickey? Dimes coming in with all those DGen plays. I'm at it though. Do your thing, Dime. But yeah, this is good right here. It says with the U.S. pension market now over 5.6 trillion, it's easy to see why McDermott's envisioned spot crypto ETFs attracting institutional capital. I mean, that's a lot, dude. U.S. pensions are just $5.6 trillion. So some of these ETFs could be. I mean, I'm not saying that all $5.6 trillion is going to flood into the cryptocurrency market, but I mean, there's going to be some money coming in. I mean, I don't know how much, but I mean, even if it's $1 trillion or $2 trillion, I mean, who knows? And this is coming from Goldman Sachs. So, there's a lot of people out there that are pushing for this. This is 2 days ago. So, yeah, we'll unlock the universe of pensions, insurers, digital asset investment banking. Yeah, it'll definitely create some adoption across the board. I need to go take a nap before work. Different jobs since your last lives last summer. Okay, dude, I appreciate you being here, Kai. Thanks so much, dude. It's good to see you, man. I hope all is well, and yeah, I hope the new job is treating you well too. It's a good day. It's a good day today. It is Christmas. It's a good day today. Mastermind Marty, dude. He was in on some crazy plays. Solana dropped pretty good overnight. It did. I think it was up to I think it was yeah, because it was up to like 112 earlier in the day yesterday. Yeah, it was up to 116. Yeah. I think I saw it at 112 last night. Yeah, 116. It's come back down. That's a pretty good decline. As long as right here, as long as people are over there buying on Solana, buying the meme coins, I mean Solana's gonna do well. I do agree that radium probably needs to be fixed up a bit, but I think Solana is going to probably continue to do well as long as people keep launching projects and are chasing over there a little bit. It's going to reap too. Let's see, I missed some here. What's up, Shaka? Good to see Shaka in the house here. Appreciate you, buddy. Good morning to you as well. Hey, Tim. Hope you're well. I'm stacking Solana. Yeah, I think a lot of people are. I will admit, Make the True Money can call me out on it. But I was down on Solana, honestly. And I think a lot of the reason why I was down on Solana was just the network in itself and probably SBF and just the amount of money that they own. And they still own a decent amount of Solana. But the good thing about that is that by them, the only fear that I still have with the whole Solana thing and the SBF and FTX thing is that they still have a chance to sell off their Solana. And they got to pay creditors back. Creditors meaning anyone that lost money in FTX. And so the chances of them selling off Solana to basically be able to fund their comeback is, it's still on the table. Not saying that that's what they're doing or would do, but it's still on the table. And that's scary. That's a scary thing to have this thing fall out tomorrow because of a sell-off or whatever it might be. And I mean, people can say that's FUD and stuff like that, but I think that's just reality. I don't think that's really FUD. I mean, that's pretty tribal knowledge out there in the crypto world that FTX owns a good amount of Solana. And I know that they've sold off some throughout the year and previous to the whole collapse of Solana in the beginning. But yeah, it's just crazy to see. Just reiterate that you have previously said, Austin, only buy it when you can afford to lose it. I'll take that advice up, man. Food and bills confirmed. Absolutely, Jason D, dude. Like, if you don't have the money to buy into these things, I wouldn't touch it. You know what I mean? You kill me about Solana and AVAX. I'm sorry, make it true. I'm sorry. At that time, I was in the dumps over it, dude. Honestly, I just was like, hey, dude, I would avoid it. I personally avoided it. It was my own personal feelings towards it. But they've made some adjustments, and like I said, I'm still a little worried about the FTX thing, but that's just me personally. The FTX are getting screwed. They're getting prices from the market bottom. Solana was at 60. Yeah, and I heard about that. I heard that they're going to only get back at the prices of which they of which they um were they're only going to be paid back from where it was at, not on any gains. I saw that. That was pretty. That was a pretty kick in the nuts. I was like, man, that's so. Like you said, if you whenever they wanted to get paid back, it was at $16. That's what you're going to get paid back at. You're not going to get paid back at the 108. And it's just like that's. I don't know. I feel like a little. That's it's pretty crappy. Yeah, but food and bills come first, Jason, for sure. I was down huge on Solana, but DCA down to $28 cost. Yeah, so now it's probably doing good, huh, Diggy? They won't let that happen. They want to load on Lee millionaires running around. Leon, I stopped buying any coin other than TB. What's that? BTC. I'm considering buying some alts after the halving. Yeah, I like I said, I bought the alts before. Well, I just did it for the portfolio, and I obviously Ethereum's. I'll always probably support Ethereum. I mean, it's the next ETF to come out outside Bitcoin, and it's going to do just as good because these people are going to be holding. They're actually not going to be using Ethereum. Like we use Ethereum to buy things on the network, stuff like that. Provide liquidity. But a lot of these people that are using it for the ETF, like they're just holding it. They're just buying and holding it inside their portfolio. So it's like they're almost like staking. That's basically what the ETFs are doing. They're going to be staking Bitcoin and staking Ethereum at an institutional level, which is pretty fantastic. So the chances of a lot of these people are pulling out that Bitcoin or selling that Bitcoin is pretty damn small. I'm stacking pink Kako too. Oh, wild. Oh man, that's funny. So, but yeah, we'll see today if any news comes out on these ETFs. I do think that we'll probably hear something today or tomorrow as to what sort of the outcome is going to be with this. Whether it's good or bad, I don't know. I hope that we do have. I do hope that the approval happens. I know there's a lot of people out there that say it's not going to happen, and they're sort of bearish on the whole thing. But I do think that there's going to be some positive news with the ETFs. It just makes too much sense to do it. But again, with the other side too is that our government right now and the people that in charge of the government, I don't think that they're really in. I don't think they really agree with crypto in general because of all the stuff. But who knows? Also, I bought 1,000 of Solana at $9, but had to pay some bills. I would have made over 600,000. Oh my god, dude. Yeah, that's a lot, dude. That makes me sick. I don't like hearing that. That makes me sick. I'm so sick. Yeah, I'm with you, dude. Oh man. Yeah, what would that be right now? So if you bought it at $9, right? So what is that? 1,000 so be 111 times. Yeah, that's a lot. Ugh. Um, damn it! Don't you, Austin? Will read anything when you type that? I know I read everything, dude. I read everything. That's my downfall. As I read too much stuff. You should be given back for the numbers of Solana you own. You should be given back for. Oh, is that what it is? So if you have like 100, it's like if you own 100 Solana, you'll get 100 Solana back. Yeah, you should get that back. But I don't think that's what they're going to do. They're going to give it based off of what you own on it. Like it's just it makes me sick. I think the company's asking for the ETFs have an insider trading option since they hear the outcome first, so they can act upon it. That'd actually be pretty funny. Like, oh, look what I got. The question is always, would you have held? FOMO works both ways. Yeah, it's tough, dude. I mean, right now, even with Bitcoin, going up to 45,000, I it's so hard as a trader because I'm like, God, dude, I wish I would have bought more. Right? I wish I would have bought more, but it is what it is. Um, So Austin dictates the chat. How's my dictate? I that's funny. Let's see here. I got to let's see. I don't know. Did you guys vote? Did you guys do the voting? I don't know how you look at polls. How do you look at polls? 70% says yes. All right. So Should I add my recently bought Bitcoin to the 2024 18 portfolio? 71% says yes. Wow. 90 votes. That's pretty good. 90 votes. That means almost everyone in the room here has voted on this. That's pretty damn good, dude. So I will add the 10,000. It's a little over 10,000 now. I think it's like 10,600. I'll add it to the 18 portfolio for the year. And again, anything that gets added to the portfolio, I'm not going to sell. I'm going to hold throughout 2024 and see how much money we made throughout the year. That's the goal. So anytime I make adjustments or make purchases, I'll ask you guys, and if you want to add it to it, we'll add it to it, and then we'll see the outcome. And hopefully at the end of the year, we've made some money. I think that's the whole goal behind it. Did you hear about the Avalanche Foundation funding 100 million into community-led projects with the ecosystem for sport? They tweeted about a few days ago. Yeah, see, I mean that's what I'm like all the way. That's what I'm talking about. So you're starting to see this. We talked about this with XRP yesterday, right? XRP doing very similar things with community-led projects. They want to launch more projects. They want to create more launching pads for their blockchain. They want to bring liquidity. They want to bring new money to the blockchains. Ethereum sort of led the pathway. BNB sort of followed that, and then you saw, again, Solana, Cardano, Avalanche, a lot of these other blockchains come up the tail end here, and now they're starting to sort of, like I said, I think it's taken them a while to see the light. Any blockchain out there that launched that is not launching meme coins, they will not win. They're not going to prosper. I know that sucks because there's a lot of people out here that hate meme coins. They hate all that kind of stuff. They don't want to invest their money into it. But again, these are why some of these blockchains have prospered to where they're at, is because of all that money coming in for the blockchains and launching projects, right? So, like, let's just say today I want to launch a project, and I'm gonna fund $100,000 in Ethereum to my project to launch the project. That's $100,000 in Ethereum I got to go buy right off the market. So I buy $100,000 worth of Ethereum to launch my project, to give liquidity, make it a strong project, all that kind of stuff. And now here you are, right? So, and then other people are going to buy in because of hype or whatever it is. And next thing you know, you've gone from $100,000 to LP to, maybe $300,000, $400,000, $500,000 of LP. And yeah, some of it maybe gets shifted around, but some people are selling their BNB, selling their Avalanche, selling Solana to jump into these to then, do whatever. So you can see how this money fluctuates, and it just causes this, like I said, it almost causes a FOMO, and these blockchains make money off it. And so Avalanche is, again, I wouldn't surprise me if you saw a lot more of this. BNB does it a lot to fund projects, and they'll do the same thing. So yeah, I think it's the way to go. I think you should add Cardano. I would add them. I do own Cardano. It's part of my portfolio here. I own $1,000. They were up $18 so far since I bought in on them. Yeah, $18. So yeah, Solana's up $44 for me, and Avalanche is up $36. Bitcoin's up 62. I think the only things that are down right now is Polkadot's down $6, $7. Polygon's down almost $10, and then BNB is down $18. That's damn BNB. Come on, BNB, where you at? Oh man, nut token. The nut token. Is there such a thing? So, but yeah, I'll add the. I don't know. I'll have to see how I can make this public for everyone. I don't know how to do it. I'll dig with that today to see if I can actually make this public somewhere for everyone. I don't even know if that's possible. Yeah, we'll have to see how that works. But I'll make it public. I'll make it public somewhere, somehow, and go from there. So, but yeah, everyone, stay tuned for these ETFs. This is going to be a big one, dude. And I hope. Are you going to do one live stream daily going forward? I think so. I'm gonna try to my best, Jason. There's gonna be some days where I'm not. Like tomorrow, I probably won't stream till later in the afternoon. So some days, if I don't stream in the morning at 10 a.m., I'm gonna try really hard to stream every day at 10 a.m. But there will be some days where I won't be able to do that. I'll let the community know, and I'll probably come in at the nighttime and do it. Like I said, I also have my other channel that I'm working on that's mostly outside of crypto. And I think that's really what bogged me down, is I sort of, was all crypto. There's some things I want to do outside of crypto. So I have another channel where it's mostly just gonna be fun and just bullshitting. So like I'll plan on going live over there and putting out content over there too. So but yeah, the live streams, I'm gonna try to stick at 10 a.m. as much as possible. But like I said, there will be a few days where I will have to push off to streaming later in the day, or later in the evening, things like that. Or maybe stream earlier in the morning that day, depending on how the day rolls. Maybe have to get on at like, 6 a.m. Pacific Standard Time or 7 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, somewhere in that ballpark. But we'll see how it all goes. I don't want to put out, promises out there to you guys and not follow through with it. So I'm going to avoid that. But I'll put it out on Twitter, on X, and I'll put it out on the community tab here on YouTube, so everyone's sort of aware of what's going down. So, but yeah, with all that, dude, I hope you guys have a fantastic day. I honestly appreciate everyone coming back in here and watching. We're back on tomorrow. I'll put out a little tweet tomorrow. I'll be on tomorrow, either tomorrow morning early, or I'll be on tomorrow night, one of the two. So, with all that, hope you guys have a fantastic day. Stay tuned for these ETFs. This will drive the market one way or the other, dude. It's either going to rise or fall based off these ETF approvals. So, again, I'm here for it. So, with all that, love you guys so much. I'm going to do the 2 peace signs because Fan told me to do it. So, peace out to everyone, and we'll see you. We'll see you next time. So, with all that, peace out.